Alright, so this isn't even like going to be on the whole entire like what I'm doing. This is going to be titled like lessons or something, right? And this is like lower level shit that I'm like realizing um off rip. If you, let's say you main any of the three lanes, wherever you are, support, jungle, not jungle, support, AD, mid, or top, I highly suggest you jungle to some extent and pay attention. Actively pay attention because people do not utilize or understand what their jungler's purpose is, even when we're not even talking about what that character is capable of, right? Like if you know you have a Master Yi, he's not going to gank for you or be useful in a gank for you if you cannot provide him anything. Stun, slow, what CC, whatever. If you cannot, right? And you should probably not expect one because he cannot provide that for you. So, real quick, right? I don't even know if I can make this any bigger. It's probably as big as I can get this stupid thing. Let me see if I can just off to the side somewhere. Hold on. Yeah, let me see if I can find a better picture. Because, from doing jungling, it is very apparent, even at a lower level, how important certain things are. Can I just save this image and then just blow it up somewhere? Sorry, I was not expecting the image to be like tiny. Yeah, here we go. Right? Give me a second so I can actually see what I'm looking at. Alright, cool. Alright. So, most of the time when someone is jungling either side, does not matter. If I think it's like self-explanatory, but people don't understand this. When you are top, you are responsible for the top lane, including top objective. If you are bot, you are responsible for bot and your bot objectives. When you are mid, good mid laners, you are responsible for both. Right? A jungler can, yes, take these objectives on their own, but it does require, at the bare minimum, that you are responsible for your lane. So, what does that mean by that? Doesn't mean winning. Doesn't mean getting kills. It means being in lane. Being in lane and either being even, or more importantly, ahead as far as your lane position is concerned. A jungler, it is way more comfortable for me to take this top stuff if you are up here. Because either the jungler is going to come up here and gank you while I go do this. Now, when that happens, do not expect or give up the fact that you're getting this instead for your life. The other enemy junglers is making the play and whatever. The jungler should not be leaving this to come help you. I've had games where I have gone up here to help someone who was clearly getting ganked. After I mentioned, you're gonna get ganked. The enemy is probably just like, I'm pretty scared. I was like, you probably should come float right here so the jungler can't make a move, but he's staying in plain view. So he gets ganked. I go help, and ended up happening is no kills happened. Everyone got low and backed off. And what happens? What do you think happened? I now have to go back here again. I have to go back because we were both going to be targeting here. There was no dragon for I don't remember what this was, but there's no dragon up. So we're going to go there again. But the problem is, on swing with it here again, my mid laner was not having prio. So now the mid laner came through, the top lane and the jungler all came through. I couldn't do anything. But this top laner came in, he was like, let's do it. I'm like, back up. Nope. He stayed there and died. And then flamed me. I'm like, no, our mid laner isn't even in lane. He was like coming back to lane. He lost priority. I can't do anything as a jungler. I can't fight that. Neither should you. Should have pushed your shit in and walked away. This happens to the same scenario for bot lane. You are responsible for helping get the objectives. The jungler is responsible for being there when the objective is present and the opportunity arises for there to be that. So if you make some good trades bot lane, get 1 or 2 kills, or push him back, right? I should be, and there's a dragon available, I should be either on my way or already coming through there to grab this, and you should be coming with me. That happens like 30% of the time. Most people just go back, and I'm like, hello? And then I have to back off, and then I get pinged. Oh, why aren't you doing that? Well, I know they're coming back. I know the enemy jungler's coming here because his people just got his pushed in. He's going to come here because I'm there. He knows I'm there. And there's nothing on the map for them to get. So either he's here, going to come over here to stop me, which happens most of the time. The very good junglers will say, okay, my bot lane is gone. This is more likely assuming that this is going to be taken by the good bot lane to help the good jungler. So I should come through here, grab what I have here, and take any and everything on this side of the map so that when he comes here, he can't even do anything here. But if I don't get help here and they do that, by the time I'm done doing this, they're cleared out all my crap. And then I more likely already have this clear, so I can't do anything. I can't get no farm, so I'm individually behind, both in tempo and in presence, because I can't do anything here in effectiveness. So if you are playing any of your lanes, I highly suggest you play jungle. Understand how important it is for your position and where you are on the map, mid, top, or bot, that your play is responsible for the objectives. Even if you don't get a kill, you can get a drag. If you're top, even if you don't get the kill but you push them out of the lane, you can get some grumps or get some deep something that is going to help your jungler help you carry, or them carry, depending on who they are, because they will be able to bust some, they will be able to maneuver around the map with so much ease and precision, knowing that I have the help and support to grab the things that we can as a team. Because soloing these things is extremely dangerous. It just is. There were just times where I got flamed as a jungler because the enemy jungler got like this, the first round of these and the first round of these. They were like, you're not getting a very bad jungler. By the way, I have the most farm and I'm like the second highest experienced person in the game on my team, because all of my lanes were getting kicked in. So either they were dead or I could not gank in a position to win out. The best thing I could do is make the lane even for the person losing. For myself personally, especially if I'm not on like a tank, this is useless to me. Ganking for you when you are losing your shit is useless to any and every jungler. We should never be doing that. I legitimately had on my other team someone flaming this Udyr because he was getting his shit kicked in by Yorick. And so he was in top lane, ganked him, didn't happen. He came back, He did like maybe a camp, came back, ganked him again. And meanwhile, I'm seeing this. I took drag and everything in here, and then ganked his bot 2 kills. Because I knew exactly where he was. And I knew that I can come in here, grab this, come here, gank, kill. Because I knew where he was. And I knew he went back. He was here for like 2-3 minutes. He gets here. That's another like 2 minutes just to get from here. Purchase maybe from here. Another minute or so. I have like 4 or 5 minutes of free time in his stuff. And he got so far behind because of just being up here trying to equalize a losing lane. People do not utilize your jungler enough. If you are in a losing lane, your priority is just to get your shit pushed into your lane and just farm safely. If they're top and they freeze you, you need to call your jungler to help you push. Period. We're not here to gank. We're not here. Help me push this in. Let's push this in. Let's push this wave in so I can reset. Help me push this wave in. I could go back and purchase and maybe be on equal footing. You know, that's how you get back into the game. For top laners. For mid laners, usually your best use is obviously a gank, but also for coverage too. Don't be like if you're a very roaming type of individual, be free to roam. Just make sure when you look at the map when you're doing it and seeing if your jungler can either follow you or B can hold your lane for you. Because those two things I just mentioned, any jungler would do for you as long as there's not an objective on the map. Right? If there's an objective on the map, we're not going to do that because we're saying I'm right here. Go do the objective enemy laner, enemy jungler. Bot lane, there's not much junglers can do for you outside of ganking, truth be told. Like we could help you reset too, kind of like they like get you when you're in that position where you're low and like they just keep clearing your wave and pushing you in. You're like, I can't go back. I need to go back. You can do that same thing too. You're like, technically every lane can do that, but mid lane it doesn't feel like it shouldn't be that much of an issue unless you just can't fucking clear waves. But you can call your jungler, okay, can you help us push this in real quick so we can go by? Nobody does that. But when I have the very few people that knew that, as a jungler, that helps me help you so much. It allows you to go back. It puts a lot of pressure on the other enemy team on that lane, because now they have to make a decision. If we push the wave into your tower, right, and we go back, right, are they going to stay in lane, or are they going to back? If they back, so let's say you push it into their lane and then they clear this and they back, now it's going to stay here. So you're going to get back first, push it in, they'll miss some things, come back, they'll more likely be back in mid, and then they'll more likely go back to pushing you back in. But now you're both even, so now you can sit in this area of protection for much longer. It's nothing but a win-win if they stay. So let's say they stay here and they pick that, they clear the wave here and then they come here. And by the time that happens, you should be back, and now you're either the item purchase that you did is going to either get you a little bit closer in power because they're obviously already ahead of you in some kind of way, either levels, abilities, resources, or items, right? But if you go back, you can shave off some of that, just a little bit of strength with the gold you may have spent in order to bring some balance. And if they stay there, now they have to make a decision. Am I going to stay here now that the matchup has been equalized or even shortened the strength of, and I'm sitting on gold? Do I go back? If they go back now, they're going to lose like 2 to 3 waves, and you're going to get at least 2 to 3 so just that alone is so strong, and a jungler will do that for free. That's free XP for me and extra gold in my pocket. Thank you. But don't do it when there's an objective on the opposite side of your map. don't do it if there's a herald on the other side and in your bot side. The jungler can't show there. I can't show there because even if I go there and we push in lane and say, oh, let's go take dragon while we do that, I don't, unless there's vision over there, I don't know where the enemy jungler is at. And if they show up in drag with the more powerful bot lane, what's going to happen there? So this is just like, again, to say it, if you are in another role, just jungle and it will help you in as a laner. It's kind of like playing support. Like, I think everyone should play support. I think everyone should play jungle. Because it's going to teach you how you can make your lane more impactful to the game. Not just, I'm winning my lane. Oh, I won my lane. How many dragons did you take? How many dragons did your team take? How many of the heralds or whatever the things they're called take? How many did you take? Because I've had people who lost their lane, but they were able to help their enemy jungler to acquire 2 more dragons than my team and put us on the timer. Winning lane isn't like, oh, we killed everybody, we got the tower down. It is, winning lane is, we had full control our side of the map. We got every dragon. We kept our tower alive, and we, achieved, even if you just did that, you won your lane. There's more than one way to win a lane. If your tower didn't go by, but you got every single dragon, but the other team is like the other like if they're like bot lane got like 2 more kills than you, you're like, oh man, I'm behind. You might be, but your team isn't, because you got those 2 dragons. And whatever those 2 dragons are could be super beneficial to your team. And you're creating tempo. So this was like almost 20 minutes talking about things I think other more smarter people than me have obviously spoken about, but I am so serious that I think support and jungle are some of the most important roles to learn, even if you don't main it. It will make you a better top laner. For me jungling, I know I could be a better mid laner now, because I now know if I'm playing Malzahar, I now know what I'm doing to my enemy jungler, or what I'm doing to my team jungler. Because my Malzahar, I'm not very dominant until like level 9 or 10. So when I don't have any pressure in the mid lane, the other mid laner gets to, go everywhere. Mid laners have had this happen. You're like, well, I pinged it. Told you guys. But if you are someone like that, you're in that position as a mid laner or top laner or even bot, right? You need to buy some extra wards. You need to buy a pink ward or another ward, whatever. You need to put it in the other objective. As a mid laner, you need just to like help out. Like, yes, there's your, like, if you're gonna put a red anywhere, right? Reds are very good here and here if you can get them there. Because this will see the enemy jungler coming to come take this, so you now know they're there. Even if you don't have a ward here, them just being here, it's very hard for not a red ward here not to catch them out. Same thing over here. And you want to put it on the side as a mid laner that you think the other jungler is going to be focusing. And that's going to be very, very helpful. You will have smart junglers who won't take advantage of this kind of information, and some that will. Bot laners, for you guys, obviously a lot of people like to ward this here. Just a ward here do wonders. And if you're on this side, a ward right here do wonders. Just right over here, because that will get at least this. So if they come through, it won't get anyone who does this. But if most people do this shit, they do this. So a ward here will get anyone coming through here. So if they're going like, oh, we're gonna pull a dragon. Like most people put reds and stuff in here. They won't see this ward right here. So you ward right there, just like what's up with drag, as well as like right here if you're on this side, like vice versa. Top lane is a little bit harder, especially from this side. This shit is stupid. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. I hate this big fat thing, but whatever. Because when you're on here, you have easier access to this, but it's like coming like through here versus here. I don't know. It just feels really like I get a lot of kills, or a lot of pressure, like right here, right in this little pocket. It's just so good. I don't know why. I get a lot of action and kills right in here. But yeah, you put one right here. If you're right here, just again, right over the wall. Right over the wall, or just come through here a little bit, boom. Like something. Those, and then, put a ward, put a red, like obviously in there. If you don't have a ward in there, whatever. But you try to ward up your own, because your jungler isn't going to do that. And then like if there's, have you call your jungler to clear out wards. I've cleared out wards for people, and that's instantly decreased the aggro of the enemy team. And then half the time, like, it baits the enemy jungler to come here. Just know that too. Like when your jungler, most like noob junglers are going to follow where the other jungler is showing up on the map. So if I show up here and I clear a sit, they're coming up here. But who are they? I gotta match them. Maybe I should gank them. Maybe they're gonna get ganked. I should come over here and release some pressure. No, that's going to happen because people can't think. It's going to happen. So yeah, this is just like another 20-minute video on like I am no master. I am bronze, but even I can see this shit and understand it. So again, I'm going to say it, but the lesson to take from this is go play jungle. Just to enhance your laning capabilities, go play jungle. You will be surprised how it will improve your own laning, because you will know what your other laner can do for you when you are a jungler and your mid laner has prio and you try to go get Gromps and whatever and they come with you. Fucking disgusting. When you try to go get Gromps and you're timing it correctly, like when they show up you're gonna be there, and or you want to be around there, and your support is there. I'm telling you, you will feel the difference as a jungler, and you will know how you can help your team win. Go play jungle.